After the Suns' blowout win against the Lakers, this brought back memories of their playoff loss last year. And of course the Lakers faithful has something to say, and this is kind of what triggered this video. I'm honestly so tired of Lakers fans. They have gotten worse since LeBron joined the team, and I honestly think they have the worst fan base in the league for a number of reasons. First off, I swear the fans think the Lakers are the only team in the league and the league should revolve around them. My first example goes back to their playoff loss with Anthony Davis saying, "Oh, they got away with this one," indicating they would have beat the Suns, if healthy, and having their fan base believe it would have been a walk in the park. But they are so quick to forget that Chris Paul hurt his shoulder in Game 1 and literally cannot shoot. He said that in JJ Redick podcast. He couldn't even dribble the ball right. He was turning the ball over left and right. Or in the 2020 finals when Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic was hurt. It's crazy how they didn't mention that. Or when LeBron and them were mad at Desmond Bane and Cameron Payne, who are pretty solid players in their respective roles, mad for talking that ish, but then turn around and do the same. And another thing with their fan base is that they are sending death threats and harassing their own players. I understand Russ is having an awful year, but harassing his wife and his family is crossing the line. Criticizing his play on the court is fine, but talking about his personal life and stuff off the court is never acceptable. Sending death threats to Danny Green after missing a shot in the finals, really? I don't care if it was Game 7 in the finals and it was triple overtime. In no way is sending Danny Green's wife or fiance death threats acceptable. But all of this comes from their entitlement. Y'all are expected to win and contend for a title, and anything but that is a failure of the season. And I get it, you are tied for the most championships at 17, and y'all have all these all-time greats on your team. But no franchise in the NBA is always contending for a title every year, and I mean that literally every year. The Spurs had a great playoff streak of 22 years being in the playoffs and being contenders for a good chunk of that time. But before that streak, they were 20-26. So like I said, no team is competing for a title every year because franchises go through stretches of rebuilding. When the Lakers went through their stretch of rebuilding and Kobe was hurt and they were bottom in the standings, you would have thought the sky was falling. No team is subjected from being in the bottom of the standings. Yes, even the most of historic of franchises. I remember when they made the finals and their little entitled behinds were talking about, "We haven't made the finals in 10 years." Meanwhile, some franchises have never had a finals appearance. Or every once in a while you would see a picture of the starting lineup and the Lakers fans would have thought they had the worst roster in NBA history and all of their team was full of G Leaguers. I'm gonna be honest, I never really cared because like I said, you have 17 rings, you've had players like Kobe, Magic, Shaq, Kareem, and even LeBron on your team. And at the end of the day, the Lakers still have more rings than 93% of the NBA. Just in my lifetime, the Lakers have 6 titles and 8 finals appearances. So I really didn't care for the Lakers when they were bad for 5 or 6 years. I really didn't. And then they little fans talking about other franchises saying, "Oh, Kobe has more rings than your entire team." When a good majority of them are not even from LA. They be like from Orlando or something. Don't come for me when I'm cheering for my hometown team and you don't. With that being said, that's how I feel about Lakers fans. I'm really tired of seeing them. Call me a hater, I agree with you. It just brings me great joy seeing them lose this season. It helps me sleep at night. I love seeing them get blown out every game on national TV. I can't wait to see the Lakers get first rounded if they get out of playing so y'all delusional fans can finally be quiet. No more if we were healthy. No more shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Because the bottom line is y'all are some buns. Because in the playoffs you aren't beating Phoenix, you aren't beating Memphis, or Golden State depending on the matchup. Heck, can y'all even beat the Pelicans? So yeah, I don't really care what Lakers fans had to say because a good chunk of y'all are casuals and only watch Lakers games. Y'all barely be knowing about other players. I bet y'all don't even know who these players are. When I interact with some of y'all, I lose brain cells because some of y'all only exist in this Lakers bubble and y'all can't see past that. So yeah, y'all can really comment anything. I don't really care. If it's especially not for Lakers fans, I really don't care for y'all opinion. I just got to take this one on the chin.